Its founder Patrick Locho Tieno Lumumba urges EAC member states to prioritize Swahili language. And in sports, Black Panther and Silver Fin dominate Juniors Championship, and that is in swimming. Hello there and welcome once again. We are coming to you live online and on air from Broadcasting House here on Nile Avenue. On sign language, it is Senyamo Yusuf and I am Rukidi Kijjanangoma. Now, President Yoweri Museveni has called on leaders to address persistent bottlenecks undermining government service delivery and social transformation. Now, these bottlenecks, according to the President, include sabotage of free education and healthcare system, corruption and land grabbing. The President made the remarks while meeting about 200 chief administrative officers, town clerks and under secretaries at State House in Entebbe. This story starts us off.
Government administrators recently completed a training course at the National Leadership Institute in Chankwanzi. The training on the theme Transformative Public Service, a Path to Development, Improved Service Delivery and Wealth Creation, equipped civil servants with ideological clarity and practical tools for national transformation. During his address, the President identified a number of irritants eroding public trust in government. Among these was the illegal practice of charging learners in government-aided schools, which he described as a betrayal of the universal primary and secondary education policy.
These school fees in government schools are a big irritant to the poor people. That's why we had abolished the school fees from 1996, 97, when we introduced UPE, USE. But in your districts, the head teachers, together with a few rich people on the PTA, they keep bringing back these charges in schools, covered using this excuse, using that excuse. And as a result, many of the children drop out of school.
On healthcare, President Museveni decreed theft of drugs in government health centers, even as immunization efforts continue to eliminate diseases like measles and polio.
Stealing of drugs in government health centers. This is another irritant. Abanaku bagenda mudwaliro teori dagala. Corruption in general.
The President also spoke out strongly against land grabbing, particularly when facilitated by elements within security forces. He pledged to issue an executive order banning soldiers from involving themselves in land disputes.
Misbehavior of the security forces, land grabbing by people using security people. Recently I had to go to Chiboga and go back to the bush to fight some land grabbers.
He emphasized that eliminating these service delivery irritants would restore public confidence in government and accelerate national development. The Minister for Local Government, Raphael Majezi, applauded the 2-week training program for local government officers, describing it as timely. Speaking on behalf of the local government fraternity, Majezi thanked organizers and stakeholders for facilitating the training to empower the officers to serve their communities.
We are satisfied with the permanence, with the performance, with the excellence of these officers. A good job well done. Thank you so much. If only there are 2 requests could be met. Enhancement of their salaries. They are getting 1.7. Actually, they are managing the biggest part of the budget. More than 6 or 7 trillion shillings is under their charge. But they earn 1.7 million. It's very hard to believe. And also, we have not given them transport. I don't know how they manage in the field. For me, if these were addressed, Your Excellency, we have very good and wonderful foot soldiers.
Speaking on behalf of the officers, the Chief Administrative Officer of Tororo District, Mr. Gabriel Atama, commended the President's visionary leadership, which he said has enabled the officers to achieve significant milestones in their respective districts. He reiterated that cows play a critical role in mobilizing communities, supervising government projects, and ensuring accountabilities in sectors such as health, education, and agriculture.
Cayenne Faith reporting there. Now, Prime Minister and Kakumiro Woman Member of Parliament, Robin Nabanja, convened an NRM leaders meeting to create awareness on the NRM political roadmap 2024-2027. The meeting attracted all village chairpersons, NRM village chairpersons, district councillors, sub-county NRM and local council 3 chairpersons. We have more in this story.
As the country gears up for the general elections of 2026, the NRM leaders in Kakumiro district converged at the NRM house in Kakumiro on the invitation of the Prime Minister Robin Nabanja, who is also the Kakumiro Woman Member of Parliament. The National Chairperson NRM Workers League and the second member, Dr. James Tweheyo, and the NRM Vice Chairperson of Buganda, Kiwanda Godfrey Subi, unveiled a political roadmap to the participants.
Tuzoyo kubategeeza nti komanda waffe era omutaka ayina tayito y'ekibanja kyaffe General Kaguta Museveni wali nnyo. Maama baali baagala Uganda okujeddiza bagireekera Kaguta yagisobola koona. Maama baali baagala Kakumiro okujeddiza bagireekera Robina yagisobola. Olwaleero tugenda kusiiba wano nga twokuba mu ttooki. Yantegeezezza yafunye abakulembeze okuva ku buli kyalo. Kino tekibinabaawo mu Uganda, it's for the first time. Ate mwenna nga muli yero.
Buganga's West MP and State Minister for Transport Fred Byamukama, Public Service State Minister Mary Mugasha also shared wisdom with the leaders ahead of the upcoming NRM primary elections.
Kaguta Museveni mwamuteko ngwa president yambuba minister.
Kiwanda explained to the leaders how the party will conduct the elections by lining up, and that counting of the voters will be done in 1 hour to avoid multiple voting across the villages.
Okuva ku kyalo paka ku president kagenda kubeera ka layini mu kibiina kyaffe. Mutegede bulungi? So aka primary ne president yennyini era naye bw'anaabeera Namboole nga waliwo omulala nazza okwesimba era tujja kumusimbako ki nammwe ku byalo byaffe nga mulonda ba flag bearer aba NRM ku byalo nga mulonda obukiiko ku byalo nga mulonda obukiiko ku Miruka ku Gombola ne ku district kusimba layini teri kalulu ka kyama. Bwe ziwera ssaawa 6 akade kagenda kuvuga mu Uganda yonna ffenna okugenda ku layini. Tugenda kulondera essaawa emu okuva ku ssaawa 6 paka ssaawa 7 nga buli kyalo kiri ku layini. So tetusuubira muntu kuva mu kyalo kimu kugenda kulondera mu kyalo kirala.
The Prime Minister informed the leaders that all those intending to contest in the NRM primaries, that they will have to pay a fee to participate in the NRM party elections.
million President million.
Nabanja urged the people of Kakumiro to ensure that President Yoweri Museveni scoops Kakumiro by 100%.
President Museveni mwesule wa Uganda kandi mwende President Museveni kandi niwagambe ngu President Museveni bamwongere kisanje.
The leaders also vowed to support the Prime Minister and the President and act as their agent during the general elections of 2026.
Agent banabanja na President Yoweri Museveni.
Tukinya na tuwatima baadira nguyu hatu wabariki. Obayaga baraki? Badia. Abayaga barimo mugari kumeleza kuni. Yes. Chawoga. Museveni ombantu ba Uganda bona miliyoni 80. Akihamwe mukazi omwe nabanja mu bwa Prime Minister. Bashitero mungaro nabagambira ngo Kakumiro bakaha President ubure mitwara mushanjuna twabona emitwara ngahi ahereza honorable nabanja obururu emitwara ngahi mukaga mwakireba mwetero mungaro mukakoresha cyane
katumulo wanza ne mwero wanza kebintu nimutandiko kweteka mulekuta nibabayo bamutegedewa kasa mwetegula mwabetegule bamaze okweteekamu omugwa kakati mwe mugaawo akajoba olunaku kemanya bumanyanga nti ono tuli naye mumunyweze mumubeereko bwe muti paka limunaye otumikitegere.
Francis with that story there. Now, the Uganda Securities Exchange has extended the suspension of Umeme Limited's trading counter for another 30 days, citing an ongoing dispute with the government of Uganda over the final buyout amount. The suspension, initially imposed on March the 31st, 2025, will now continue until May the 14th, 2025, as both parties attempt to resolve their differences.
The decision to extend Umeme's suspension on the trading counter follows Umeme's formal declaration of a dispute with government, served to the Ministry of Finance on April 11, 2025. The core issue revolves around the amount the government owes Umeme for unrecovered investments in Uganda's electricity distribution infrastructure after the concession ended on March 31, 2025.
The investors, as you mentioned, were expecting a certain buyout amount that Umeme had announced. The government paid a different amount, and a material amount, which has an impact on the price of Umeme trading in the market, because nobody does know. And then it goes to the question on what happens post the 30 days. Really, the concession is the agreement that the investments were made on.
Umeme claims a buyout of $234 million, while the Auditor General recommended a lower sum of $118.4 million, which the government paid.
Failure to agree, we take our documentation to an arbitration. Unfortunately, it's in London. I was hoping it would be in Uganda, but it's in London. So we are going to, they choose one of the judges, we choose one, and then the two of them choose the third. And that will be full and final binding documentation.
Permanent Secretary to the Treasury, Ramadan Gobi, recently reiterated the government's firm stance on adhering
pocket, tambula body street, issues are my target. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. I'm in a plantation, but on a global mission. Internet ambition, full condition. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. she's gone. Netagayo Karoni, Nigga Mukafoni, money in the zone. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. We are good. With MTN. We are what? Unstoppable.
With you and MTN together, our ambition is unstoppable.
We are what? Unstoppable.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort, and pride with Royal Form Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Form Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
We used to run, but most of the time we were running away from something. But nowadays, everything seems different. People still run, but they are running towards something. They run to test their limits, to break new records. And when we do it right, we inspire others.
The inaugural Coffee Marathon, uplifting rural coffee women, 24th May at Africa Coffee Park, Ntungamo.
Come, let us run.
To register, dial *217 *413 #. Choose option 4. Or scan the event QR code or visit the website to choose the race options. Brought to you by Inspire Africa Group.
then hash ujja kuba ng'oyingidde mu kazannyo nga sente zino zimula wano zina wangula zino wano milioni 10.6 ebintu bino nasooka biraba ku TV nange saasooka kikiriza ninga mulaye kino kiyinza okuba nga kituufu oba yaddala si bya bufere sente zo nazifunye zo nazikoze eki naziwangudde amasanyu nina mangi ebyoto byange byembadde njagala ngenda bituukiriza.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulator.
Hi, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Oh, just a second. Where is your tax clearance certificate?
Hey.
You don't seem to have a tax clearance certificate, do you?
Oh no, I haven't filed my returns.
Sorry, we can't proceed without it. Can you bring in another bidder now?
Yes.
Opportunities don't wait. Avoid penalties and interest by filing and paying your taxes before June 30th, 2025. Call our toll-free number or WhatsApp for help.
Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda together.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. A warm welcome to those of you just joining us. Moving on now, and in our first episode on Ask Your Commissioner General, Uganda Revenue Authority Commissioner General Rukidi Kijjanangoma responds to a query pertaining to whether small importers are supposed to pay taxes who at times are perceived to be middlemen in the business supply chain. Now let's hear from the Commissioner General's response to this subject matter.
Buza Commissioner.
Thank you and welcome to this program. My name is John Musinguzi. I serve as the Commissioner General of Uganda Revenue Authority. I'm excited to join you in this program to answer questions that have come through our program, joint program between Uganda Revenue Authority and Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, the program named Buza Commissioner. We have launched this program as a way to reach out to our taxpayers and be able to answer the specific questions that come from them in order to support them in their journey for paying their taxes. Therefore, I welcome you all, and I'll straight away go to the questions that have come through this week. The first question came from a gentleman called Latigo Elan in Kitugum. And Latigo was asking this question: if I'm a small importer, can I import and pay my taxes directly to URA? Thank you, Latigo, for asking this question. The answer to this is that yes, it is a must for every taxpayer to pay their taxes directly to Uganda Revenue Authority, irrespective of the size of your business and the amount of tax that you're paying. Most importantly, it is important that you pay these taxes to the bank, because URA does not receive cash payments. So if you have any tax to pay, please use our URA system to generate what we call a PRN, a payment registration number, which comes out in form of a form or the actual number. You take that to the bank and then you pay the right amount of tax. There has been a system, a cartel of some crooked agents who have made themselves middlemen between the taxpayers and Uganda Revenue Authority. And this crooked cartel has done more harm than good, because what they do, especially for the small business people who import in goods, say from China, they normally posture themselves as, initially they start as agents for transportation. So they say, okay, you have bought your goods from this state in China, we'll transfer these goods for you up to Uganda, which is fair enough. There you need an agent. You may not have to transport the goods yourself. Sometimes you don't even travel. You send money to your suppliers and you tell them, put my goods on this cargo. That is all fine. But once the cargo has transported your goods from China or from India or from Dubai, wherever you're buying your goods from, once they get here, please ask them for your goods. Where have they put them? Go to the bond where your goods have been delivered. Participate in the verification of your goods. Let our officers verify your goods in your presence. Let our officers give you an assessment for your goods based on the goods you have provided. Let them show you that you have imported shoes, and this is the rate per pair of shoes, and these are the pair of shoes you have imported, and this is the tax for you to pay. You have imported so many bales of cloth, this is the charge per kilogram, and these are the taxes you pay. And get the PRN. Go to the bank and pay your taxes. Never allow an agent who says, I brought your goods from China, I have paid the taxes, come and pick them from my warehouse in Bakuli. Most likely, that person will charge you 3, 4, or sometimes 5 times the tax that you should actually pay. But number 2, he will also rob you of your VAT input. Remember, if you are VAT registered, when you're going to make your returns and pay VAT at the end of every period, say every month of sale, you'll get the VAT you have collected during your sales, and you will minus the VAT that you paid at a point of buying or at the point of importation. Now, the one who clears your goods on your behalf and pays in their tin robs you of that VAT input. So we discovered recently that a number of businesses have actually suffered overtaxation at the hands of these crooked agents. They call themselves container leaders, they call themselves consolidators, although consolidators are supposed to be registered, having a license to do that job. Consolidating means you are putting together cargo that belongs to other people, but once you get here, you present your house of bills and you show these goods don't actually belong to me, they belong to X, Y, and Z, whom I transported in one container. But these friends, or these, let me not call them friends, these crooked people have been saying all the goods in this container belong to me. Then they pay the taxes under one tin. But the third element is they overcharge the innocent small importers by charging them more than what URA has actually taken from them. But also, number two, they rob them of their VAT input. So, Mr. Latigo, whether you're an importer, whether you're a local business person, whether you're big or small, when it comes to payment of taxes, never delegate that responsibility. Pay directly to the bank and make sure that you pay under your tin, under your account, so that you take that credit of the tax paid. And you know, we always appreciate good taxpayers, most compliant taxpayers. Don't miss your appreciation because someone is using their tin to pay taxes on your behalf. So never delegate the responsibility of anyone paying your taxes. Do that yourself, religiously, and that is the way you'll be sure that you've paid the right amount of tax and you have received the right credit for your input taxes that you have paid. I hope that clearly answers your question, Mr. Latigo.
Buza Kamiso now. Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790 141 887 and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them.
URA Commissioner General, they are responding to a question that was posed to him by one of the businessmen in the country. Moving on now, and Pan-Africanist founder and executive director of PLO Lumumba Foundation, Patrick Loch Otieno Lumumba, has urged citizens of the East African Community member states to give priority to the Swahili language, as it will enable unity and solidarity, especially on the African continent rather. He was speaking at the opening ceremony of the International Kiswahili Conference at Kololo in Pennis Grounds here in Kampala. We have more in this story.
Conference under the theme, Embracing Kiswahili, Political and Economical Imperative for Africa's Renaissance, was attended by school children, teachers, as well as various dignitaries hailing from the East African Community member states and beyond. There were Swahili poem recitations, music, dance, and drama, with the Daisy speakers calling for an integrated African continent and embracing the Kiswahili language. In his keynote address, Pan-Africanist Professor Patrick Loch Otieno Lumumba urged citizens from the East African Community member states to take Kiswahili language as a priority, stating it will foster stronger connections, facilitate communication, and promote cultural understanding.
We are emphasizing the use of the Kiswahili language because we know that language is an instrument for development. Research actually demonstrates that if you use your language effectively, then it helps even in industrial revolution and in cultural revival. So we are here to repeat and to underline the fact that in the African continent, one of the things that we must do is to decolonize our minds.
Government's concept of introducing the teaching of Kiswahili language in schools is applauded by schools that have embraced the teaching of Kiswahili.
Swahili is now the language of now and tomorrow. We are trying to unify East Africa and Africa. This continent cannot flourish or work together without having a common language. This common language helps us to communicate and to see that we can reach all the rest of Africa.
Swahili will enable us to work about in businesses, business transactions, and it will help us go about in leadership, whereby we shall have unity in our countries, East Africa, Africa Mashariki.
Some schools have embarked on training nursery teachers to lay the foundation for children at an early age.
For us, we are training nursery teachers so that they can go and introduce Kiswahili to nursery children at an early age, because this is a foundation age where children will grasp the language at an early age and embrace it.
Analysts argue that a common Kiswahili language and a common currency will promote development,
so that they can go to other parts of Africa and do business and they can exchange ideas, they can begin things in other countries. So we need Swahili as a language for us to move to other parts of Africa.
The Book of President should also be put into other languages, including Kiswahili. If it is put in Kiswahili and in French, because many countries in Africa speak French, and Kiswahili must be compulsory. So first in Kiswahili, then in French. I think it can work, and then you can teach the youth of Africa, because this book is about East Africa and about Africa, more so from Ugandans.
The 3-day event will attract members from the African states and world over. I'm Waeva Njuko and Mike Bakabulindi for UBC.
Yet another short break and return with the latest in business.
Life in Uganda today comes with so many uncertainties.
Where will Madam get Kameza if I get an accident and can't work? If anything happens to me, what will Junior eat?
Yeah, Kale Musa is still in the hospital. Guy is missing a lot of money here.
With a monthly payment of only 3,000 shillings off your Equity personal account for Equi-Life Insurance, you will be entitled to 50,000 shillings hospital cash per night spent in a registered facility, up to 20 nights every year. And your family will receive 3 million shillings in case of your death. Visit your nearest Equity agent to sign up today or call 0312 327 000 for assistance.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Welcome back. Let's have a look at business news now. And Uganda bus owners have unanimously agreed to stop brokers with immediate effect from engaging in bus transport sector operations. Now, this follows complaints from passengers over manhandling, theft and excessive transport fares charged by the brokers. Passengers are advised to avoid paying fares outside bus parks to reduce on the theft.
We had an engagement with these people who call themselves bus brokers. We wanted to listen and hear from them. We've given them time and listened to what they are doing. Unfortunately, we as bus owners don't agree with the method of work that they are using because they've tarnished our name. They've been cheating people out there, and we are saying this must stop. So we have unanimously agreed that all of them close their offices, and if anybody is still interested in working with us, let him come to the bus park. I also want to take this opportunity, to alert or warn all Ugandans out there that please do not pay for bus fares outside the bus parks. If you are a traveler or an intending traveler, make sure you don't get tempted, or they should not tempt you to pay from outside the park, because you're going to end up losing money. If you are to travel, pay inside the bus parks. And as bus owners, of course, our name has been tarnished. But we have also lost a lot of money because the money these people collect is not remitted to us. Say, for example, if they collect 50,000, they come and give the bus owners maybe 20,000. So we've been losing almost 70% of our would-be revenue to these bus brokers. And as bus owners, we are saying this is not acceptable. That's why we are saying they must get out of our job.
That was business news, and with that, we finally come to the end of this bulletin. On sign language, it was Senyomo Yusuf, and I'm Rukidi Kijjanangoma, wishing you a blessed night. Our next bulletin comes your way at 10 p.m. But up next here on UBC TV is the front bench with Jethro Kasaiji, and we understand tonight he is going to talk to the Attorney General, that is Mr. Chirewa Chiwanuka, and the Solicitor General, Mr. Pius Perry Bidi Noha. Jethro, over to you.
Thank you so much, my colleague Rukidi Kijjanangoma. For now, it's time for the front bench. Now, according to Article 119, that is according to the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, it permits the Attorney General to represent government in court and also any other legal proceeding to which government is a party. But tonight, we shall also be understanding what are some of the challenges being faced by the Attorney General's chambers when it comes to issues executing their mandate. I do have the pleasure on the bench to host the Attorney General, Honorable Chirewa Chiwanuka. You're most welcome, Honorable.
Thank you very much, Jethro. Thank you for having us. Thanks, UBC. Good evening, viewers.
Well, thank you so much. You've heard it from the Attorney General. I also do have the pleasure to host the Solicitor General, Mr. Pius Perry. The other name is a little hard, but of course, probably he will say it by himself. But also, we shall also be understanding what they have done as an office to ensure that they represent government when it comes to issues governance. You're most welcome, Solicitor General.
Thank you very much, Jethro, and all our viewers. The second name is Billy Bonwoha.
Well, well, thank you so much. For now, it's time for unity, but you can be part of this conversation using the hashtag UBC Frontbench. Keep your questions and comments coming in. When time allows, I will be sampling some of them. I am Jethro Kasaiji. We get started.
Oh, Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future